We have a very special honor today. Colleagues, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you Michigan's last two remaining survivors from the Battle of the Bulge during World War II. With us today, as a guest of Senator Ananich and Representative Cheryl Kennedy, is Mr. Victor Cross. Also with us as my guest, and a guest of Representative Ronna Collie, is Mr. Frank Dick. Senator Ananich and I would like to tell you a little bit about these two outstanding veterans. And again, the last two remaining veterans living in Michigan from the Battle of the Bulge. Upon graduation from high school, Frank Dick answered a call to serve and begin basic training on June 6, 1944. On December 9th, after rigorous preparation, he boarded a passenger ship with thousands of soldiers to the heat of the battle in Southampton, England. 2 weeks later, Frank was designated as a replacement in Patton's 3rd Army, 80th Division, 317th Infantry Regiment, Company I, famously known as the Blue Ridge Mountain Boys. His involvement in the division made him participate in the Battle of the Bulge. It was the last major German offensive campaign on the Western Front. On February 19, 1945, Frank found himself caught in a foxhole and was injured by incoming mortar fire. His injuries were significant, and he suffered 100% disability. Frank was honorably discharged as a private first class on February 6, 1946, and was awarded the Purple Heart, the Bronze Star, the Good Conduct Medal, and a Combat Infantry Badge, among many others. Frank has led a remarkable life and has continued to build upon his service and leadership as a civilian. Next week, Frank will travel to Belgium and Luxembourg as part of an event to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. It is an honor to have him here today to show our appreciation for his service and his sacrifice, and to wish him well in his travels next week. I'd like to introduce to you Frank. And I'd like to ask Senator Ananich to come forward and introduce his guest.
Thank you, Senator Zorn. Mr. President, it is my distinct honor to recognize Mr. Victor Cross for his contributions to our country during the dangerous and uncertain times of World War II. Mr. Cross was aboard the General William M. Black sailing from Boston on January 3, 1945, and experienced his first combat east of St. Vith, Belgium, in late January during the middle of a week-long storm. He fought alongside the 87th Infantry Division and helped to push back to the Siegfried Line. His unit liberated several towns in Belgium, where citizens were hiding in basements and cellars when they arrived. He was among the first troops to march into towns, searching for and capturing any German stragglers. The 87th Infantry Division kept moving all the way to the Czech border near Pleo, where his journey finally ended. After making it through the war without any serious wounds, outside of frozen feet and fingers, he returned to America July 5th, 1945. On his return, he was awarded the Combat Infantry Badge and the Bronze Star. Mr. Cross, we are grateful for your sacrifices and your service, and we're humbled and honored to have you here today. Senate colleagues, would you please join me in honoring these two distinguished veterans for their service to our country?